If you're in a group trying to accomplish something, trying to develop skills, never be the best one in the group. Hey, my friends, it may seem counterintuitive, but you really never want to be the best at whatever it is your group is trying to do. I was in a writer's group several years ago. A bunch of people trying to be screenwriters, trying to figure things out, taking classes together, former classmates. And what I quickly realized in the writers group was, all hubris aside, was I was the best writer in the group. What that meant was when it came time to reading each other's pages and to giving feedback on the stories that each of us was developing, I was giving much better feedback and much more useful feedback than a lot of my fellow group mates. This isn't to say that their feedback wasn't valuable. I seriously do believe that no matter the skill level of anyone, if particularly with things like creative writing, if someone's giving you feedback, that feedback has value. What you do with that feedback is up to you. But because I was the best, the most confident, um, the most experienced writer in the group, the feedback I was getting was of a limited practical value to me. I'm in a writer's group now where each of us has our own skill sets. I don't know that I'm the best. In fact, I don't think I'm the best in the group. I think I'm in the middle of the pack. I think I'm good at some things, I'm excellent at other things, and I really need a lot of help in yet other things. And I think my writers group, we really complement one another. When you're trying to accomplish something, I think anybody who's passionate about anything is always striving to get better, is always striving for excellence, is wants to make the most of their time, to express themselves, to explore whatever it is they're exploring. But you're only going to get better if you're constantly feeling tested, if people are challenging you on things, if people are calling you on your laziness. It's nice to be the smartest one in the group. It's nice to be the most talented one in a group. It's nice to get the accolades of the people around you. Um, but at the same time, accolades don't necessarily help you grow. Accolades just tell you where you are is great. That's nice briefly. But where you are is not where you could be. Where you are, if you get comfortable with it, just becomes a rut. You stagnate. Your creativity stagnates. Your energy plateaus. And you get lazy. So, being the smartest one in the group, being the most talented one in the group, being the most anything in the group does not help you continue to develop. If you find yourself as the best one in your group, find another group. Find a group of people who will challenge you, who will task you, who complement your skill sets so that you can learn from what they're best at. And that way, you're going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to get better. It can be uncomfortable. No one likes being the least talented in the group. No one wants to feel like they're holding the group back. When I took dance classes years ago with my wife, I music is not my friend in the sense of I don't hear music apparently the way musicians hear it or dancers hear it. So I struggled to find the beat. I struggled with the steps. I kept trying to get them right rather than allowing the music into me because I couldn't hear the music the same way. And my wife, who was a musician, she heard it a different way than I did. And so it was difficult for her to understand why I couldn't just find the beat. So I would keep holding us back in classes. We would take level one again and again until I became one of the best in the class. And only then would I move us to level two. And that was completely unfair to my wife, who was already really good at level one and was ready to move on. But I'm her dance partner. So unless she wants to do it alone, she couldn't move on. I was afraid of being seen as not good enough, of not being talented enough, of not being agile enough. I wasn't giving myself a bit of a breather to go, look, you've never danced before. You've never studied music in this way. Um, I wasn't following what is now my own advice of you have permission to suck. My wife at the time would have been quite understanding of my reluctance, was happy to practice. But because I didn't feel I was very good at it, I really didn't want to practice because that just reinforced the fact that I wasn't very good at it. And in my eyes, I didn't see it as a way to get better. So I held us back until we stopped dancing at all. I still struggle with not being the smartest one in the room. I still struggle with not being the funniest one in the room, which God knows has gotten in the way of improv classes and what have you, and performances and storytelling and all that stuff. I still struggle with not being sufficient. But I do my best to persevere. I allow my friends to challenge me. I allow my loved ones to challenge me, to get me out of my comfort zone, to get me out of that rut that is perfectly shaped to my backside and therefore the most comfortable I could ever be. So again, if you find yourself being the best in whatever group you belong to, the top skilled person, the most knowledgeable person, find another group, challenge yourself, grow, evolve. I'll do my best for me, and you try to do your best for you. Coming up, I've got classes that will test people where, I'll be the most experienced one in the room, but that's because I'm the teacher. That's kind of what you want in a teacher. Whether it's a screenwriting class that starts May 8th at George Brown College, another screenwriting class that starts June 4th, also at George Brown College for people who have already started writing. Or starting in late July, I've got the Out of Our Minds and Onto the Page class of people who just want to avoid the hesitation of writing, who want to write spontaneously without worrying about where it's going to go and how good they are. That one's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, hopefully they'll all be a lot of fun, but the Out of Our Minds class is going to be a ton of fun. And God knows in each of these classes, I'm going to learn things. I always learn things from my students. Every class, there are new experiences I get to have. New things I get to learn as being a teacher, new things I get to learn as being a writer, as a creative, as someone who's more open to being spontaneous and not having all the answers, even though I'm the teacher. Teachers don't have all the answers. So, there'll be information coming out in my socials for that. But do me a favor, leave a comment. Share your experiences with being the best or not the best. How do you continue to grow in your groups, your social groups, your avocations, your job, your workplace? Have you found yourself to be the best in the group? And how did you continue to make sure you evolved in that? Leave a comment if you can, wherever comments are around this video. And if you know someone that you think is stagnating or isn't challenging themselves enough, share the video. Let them know that, we've got their back. Because the thing is, not being the best in the group doesn't mean you're terrible. It just means you're learning. And that's a great thing. In any event, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you get out to enjoy some of the sunshine, even though spring is reluctantly showing up in Toronto. Hope you pursue your passions. I hope you strive. I hope you create spontaneously. I hope you're willing to suck and be bad at something, because it's the only way we're going to grow. Take care. All the best.